In this video, I'm going to show you how to graph changing data in Excel. I had the question the other day from someone who's saying that he's trying to graph data that's changing all the time in Excel. Now, it depends how your data is changing. In this first example, I have the sales for a product for January. And we have the product and the sales for each item here. And so how I am going to put a graph on here is I'm going to select my data and I'm going to go Alt F1, which is the shortcut to put your standard issue chart up here. And so there it's perfect. Now February comes along and you would like to also include the February figures in this graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the figures for February, which I already have here. Now I'm going to go back to my sheet and I'm going to put them in here. But I'm also going to, when they're still selected, I'm going to select the chart and I'm going to go Control V again right on the chart. And there your data is plotted again in here. You can, of course, add a legend on here to so you can differentiate between January and February. But same thing goes for March. You could do the same thing for April, and you could keep going this way. And each month, when you paste it right on the chart, it will include the chart that you are doing. So the other method would be things that are changing daily. Now, we're having a bit of a cold snap here. And so these are the temperatures that are forecast for this week. So the trick to doing this is you create a table. You create a table and your data will always be reflected in your chart. So I'm selecting my, my data. Oops. Delete this one. I'm selecting my data and I'm going Control T to create a table, and then it's giving you the dialog box and it's saying I'm going to create a table in these cells, and you're saying that's fine, and my data has my table has heading, and say OK. So now you have a table, and so now I'm going to go Insert. And I'm going to go, I want a line chart for this one. So here's my line chart I've created for these first 3 days. Now, I would like to plot the rest of the week here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag down Tuesday to Saturday. And now I'll go back to my the website that I'm getting the temperatures from, and so Wednesdays -32, Thursdays -31, and Fridays, and then Saturday we have a big warm up -25. Wow! So 32, 31, 31, 25. So let's go back and we'll go -31. I think it's -31 the next day. And Saturday's -25. So as you're adding the data, you notice that the graph changes along with the data being added. So that's the advantage of, for changing data that's changing all the time, what you can do is put it in a table and it will always be reflected in your graph. The other thing now that I'm addressing is another question that I had. So if you want to use this graph on another piece of software, you can of course select it and copy it and paste it to Word or PowerPoint or Word, wherever you want to do it. But if you have some other software that you would like to use this data in, you can select it and Control C to copy it, and then you can bring up Paint, which is available, the one that comes standard with your Windows software, And then you just go Control V it on the window. And then you can crop it. And then you're able to save it as, you can save it as a PNG, you can save it as a JPEG, you can save it as a GIF, or any other format that you want. So there's no, it's not required that you take a screen print. You can keep the resolution that's available to you from the chart that you created in Excel. So these are a couple tricks using with Excel for continual data. Please subscribe.